Quick thought. I just wanted to tell you ladies something. There's only two types of men, and I've seen this all online in the last couple of weeks. I've just been doing kind of a lot of, browsing different videos and kind of seeing what everyone else's mindset was on. There are only two types of men in this world, okay? First type, you have the alpha male, and then you have the beta male, okay? And let me break that down to you. An alpha male is kind of that guy that everyone considers the player, but he's very assertive. He's well established. He has a great personality. He's charismatic, he's very attractive. He just kind of tends to know how to operate in various different circle groups. So overall, he's the guy that the other guys tend to hate because of the fact that he's so charismatic. He can have conversations with all different types of people. I mean, race is really not an issue for this guy. He can talk to black women, white women, Hispanic women, just all women from all walks of life, all age groups. He's very easygoing. But this type of guy is, like I said, once again, usually the player type because of his social status, because he's usually very financially stable, or he just has himself in line. He has, a place, a job, a car. He may be a great father, etc., etc. And he may be spiritual, or he may not be someone that goes to church or anything of the like. But for the most part, his moral compass is good. But this kind of man, again, is known to be the player type because of the fact that he knows, based off of his attractiveness and the level of success that he's attained, he's able to have more options of women. So it's kind of unfortunate because most women are attracted to this type of man, but because he has so many options, we tend to get lost in the shuffle and we spend the majority of our lives chasing after this type of man. However, keep in mind, alpha males are usually very dominant and want submissive women. So it's very unlikely to find an alpha male and an alpha female in a relationship. Even if she seems like she's dominant, you have to understand behind the scenes she is very much the submissive type. So that's just one type of male. Then we have the beta male. The beta male is the guy that's the quote unquote, nice guy, the educated lame, as everybody keeps quoting on here in numerous videos that I've seen. He's the guy that's more like laid back. He's almost, this guy that's very timid. He may work, or he may just be underemployed, or he may not work at all, but he has a great mouthpiece in both senses. He definitely knows how to finesse women with conversation. He's very good at being like that emotional support. He knows how to talk to you. He's the kind of guy that has a gang of female friends that probably have never really dated him, or they've kind of more put him into the friend zone. So that's the beta male. The beta male is kind of like, unfortunately, the guy that's great to talk to, but he's not so much someone that you'd want to make a long-term mate, because again, he kind of turns out to be very timid. Also, the beta male is the one that is very much disgruntled because he cannot pull the types of women that an alpha male can pull. But again, that is based on attractiveness and financial status. Beta males don't really have a lot of options because of their financial status, or they're just very timid. It's almost like they have this very effeminate quality to them. It's almost like he could give you the vibe of being like your best gay friend, except he's not gay. I don't really know how else to explain that. But again, there's only two types of males. Those alphas and betas. Alphas are the men that tend to be the players and don't have a problem with women, and that's why they're usually the ones who are very arrogant and cocky and tend to attract a lot of women. They have mastered the way of getting women very emotionally invested in them, while on the other end, they are not emotionally invested in women at all. And again, that is, they have so many options. So hey, if I lose you and I have 5 more other girls that are willing to date me and deal with whatever my requirements are, then I'm really not crying over losing interaction with one female. On the other hand of that, you have beta males who are very timid, and they think that the way to get a woman to like them is kind of going that whole best friend route. But again, most women don't really go after beta males like that. We kind of put those kind of guys in the friend zone, because while they are great to listen to our problems and everything, they're really not the most domineering type of man. And again, women like respectful men, but we do not like timid men. And this is, again, you can definitely listen to my blog about why most good black men are single. This is 90% of the beta males that I'm talking about. So ladies, just keep that in mind. Again, you hardly ever see an alpha male with an alpha female, because there has to be a certain type of hierarchy. There has to be someone who is dominating, and there has to be someone who is dominated. There has to be masculine and feminine energy. So alpha males are, definitely masculine men, so they require a woman who is submissive and very much feminine. And so that's why they tend to attract beta females, because in that sense, she's very submissive. Now, on the other hand, we have beta males who would love to get the types of females that alpha males can attract. And the thing is, with beta males, you do attract women who are alpha males, or I'm sorry, you do attract women who are alpha females, but because you lack dominance, she is not attracted to you, because she feels like she's the man in relationships. So this is again why, you feel, definitely, I can say I felt this a lot of times, and definitely this is a problem with a lot of black women or women that have more of a dominant personality. I tend to not be drawn to men who are very passive. You can be the most quiet, timid, easygoing guy, but my personality is very I like to have someone who I feel like gives an even give and take. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm the man in the relationship. And this is very much the way that beta males carry themselves. They're kind of like the guy that plays the role of the ugly friend and that goes out with her friends at the club. He basically plays the role of the girl that holds the purses while everyone else goes and dances. I know that's a crazy analogy, but you get where I'm going with it. So again, like I said, beta males, you are attracting the same type of women that alpha males attract. It's just because you are not in touch with your manhood, you are not able to keep these women interested in you because you are too passive. So again, we just end up putting you in the friend zone. So ladies, I would love to hear your take on your experience with alpha males and beta males, and if you think any of what I'm saying makes any sense, definitely like, share, and subscribe. But again, there's only 2 types of males. There's like the leader of the pack, and then there's the weakling at the back of the pack. So me personally, the type of personality I have, I just realized I'm always going to attract beta males because I am not willing to submit 100% to an alpha male. And on the other hand of that, if I was willing to submit 100% to an alpha male, my life probably would be a lot happier, definitely as far as dating is concerned. But until I decide to change that, I'm always going to attract effeminate men. And this is the same thing with any other black woman. If you're not willing to submit 100% to a dominant man, you are always going to find yourself attracting men that are more on the effeminate side, or men that you're literally questioning yourself like, man, I should have just put him in the friend zone. Or if you've ever found yourself asking yourself if you thought that this guy would make a better friend than actually a relationship. I know I've gotten out of several relationships and been like, man, we probably would have been better if we were just friends instead of actually in a relationship. But that's again because in this scenario, I'm an alpha female in this scenario, and I'm dating a beta, so he's never going to meet my needs 100% of the time. So again, this is She Writes Well Too, signing off, and I think I'm definitely going to have to change the type of men that I go after this post. I'm signing out.